Welcome back, everybody. We are in Mittelberg today. I believe that's how it's pronounced. We are in Mittelberg map, FS22, and I want to welcome you to a roleplay multiplayer extravaganza. I mean, I've not quite seen a map like this one. And I want you to do me a favor really quick before we get into this. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Smash that notifications button so you know we have new content coming out. Now, that being said, I want you to watch to the end of the video because I'm going to show you something on this map. Now, we've seen other maps that have something similar, but I've never seen a map that has what I'm going to show you. Not quite like this. So you just watch to the end. Now, let's get into this map and show you a couple things. Now, as you can plainly see, we have a fire truck sitting here and it says drive to the location marked on the map. We're not going to do all that because I have the emergency pack mod installed for this map. I wanted to kind of check it out and see if it was going to be worthwhile. It's okay. It's pretty cool. It gives you basically emergencies to go to in your fire truck. You go put out a fire. Right where I'm at now, there was a crashed car, and you had to go to this mat and pick up different tools and dig the person out. It was kind of cool. It's definitely something different than just field farming or raising cattle. I mean, I'm really a cattle farmer more than I am anything else. Most everything else I do is just to support my cattle. But I wanted to check this out because I know roleplay is a big thing in Farming Simulator for a lot of people out there. And multiplayer is becoming a larger and larger aspect of this game. I started a Deadwood multiplayer. Just started it like a day and a half ago. Waiting for players that actually want to play. But let's get into this map really quick. Let me show you a few things that I found that were really, really interesting for definitely the roleplay aspect and obviously for multiplayer. Let's let it save real quick. I always forget to turn that off. Let's get in here. There we go. I want to show you something that I found very interesting. So you like to roleplay, and let's say you want to do a repo. If I can get it to, here we go. Nope, that's not it. There it is, tow yard. Let's go visit the tow yard. So they actually have a complete tow yard here with these large sheds, all kinds of interesting buildings for you to start your repo business, your towing business. Maybe you got to go repo your ex's car that you sold her because she's not paying you the way she's supposed to be paying you. I don't know. Now, this helicopter pad is movable, which is kind of cool. When it's not in use, you can just zip it back inside the building. Of course, console, there are no helicopters. There are helicopters, from what I understand, on PC, but it's definitely not anything than normal. But it's still a cool effect. Lots of buildings, like I said. There's plenty to look at here. What I really like about this is you could definitely get into some really good, role play for like a towing business, whatever have you. Maybe you also want to, it says towing, but you could do a delivery service. Maybe you're going to go pick up tractors and bring them to farmers that have farms on here. There's not a ton of farmland. Now, I started on easy, and you'll start with a couple of fields over here, and this is basically the farm you start on over here. Now, down here, if you go down here to the, let's see, that was not what I wanted. Here it is, the cement. You have a concrete plant and a cement factory. Now, what's really interesting about these two is, let's go into construction mode, and I'll show you a little easier that way. You've got this pit. You've got, looks like limestone, I'm assuming pay dirt probably, and some sand. So plenty to extract for your plant that you have here. It's a pretty good sized place too. So plenty to do here. So you can get your big machinery out and get down here and start digging it out. And if you go up a little further, this is your gravel works. A lot easier to show you in construction mode. So yeah, we were just here. So this is the gravel works. And then come down to this one. I think it's all one and the same. It just shows you both at the same time. So you've got that. If you go back up to here, they've got this really interesting. So they got a bus depot as well. And there are buses in the mod hub. So, I mean, I guess technically you could do some. I mean, I guess it's. Uh, I'm not sure what roleplay you're going to do with buses, honestly. I mean, there's no people to pick up. Unless you're picking up multiplayer. Unless you're in multiplayer mode and you're picking up other people, I suppose. But like I said, there is so much to do on this map as far as multiplayer and roleplay goes. They've even got a sign out here for this was your tow yard, if you remember. And with the TLX add-ons, you could definitely do towing on here. They got flatbed towing especially. So if you haven't looked at those TLX mods, you should take a look at those. So several things to do here. Here's something that I thought was pretty interesting. I'm not sure yet exactly how you would incorporate this because I brought my fire truck up here and it didn't let me put out the fire. I'm sorry, it's circle. Hit circle, turns on this fire, and it's like a disco inferno. But anyways, all you can do is set it on fire, and I'm not maybe because of PC, they might have something a little different. But I've not seen any other triggers or anything to do with this fire other than turn it on and off. But I guess there could be some role play aspect there to it. But it's still kind of cool that you can do it. I mean, so many different things to do on this map. There's a sawmill there. You got Forest Lake. There is this interesting little lake. Let me show you this really quick because I was like, I didn't quite understand this either, unless it has to do with the towing. This is the river. I was looking. There's a lake that has a car in it that says it was rented by you, and it's just sitting in the middle of a lake. So I'm assuming that could be part of the towing role play. Let me go into construction mode, see if I can. Yeah, there it is right there. So let me go back in. Yeah, it's right across the bridge. Okay. So it's right over here. So unless I went the wrong way, I think we went the wrong way. Yep, we did. I did. Not we. I did. So here's your car that you rented, I guess, and you decided to just leave it in this pond. But I also noticed that this kind of looks like that pay dirt, and I didn't know if maybe on the roleplay aspect you could actually come and dig this out. So I'm not real sure exactly, how you would incorporate this, but that's the whole fun of the roleplay in the multiplayer aspect is getting your buddies on here, and I guess digging out your rented car that I didn't know I had, or you could just try to tow it out. I know you can't drive too deeply in water, as the game so kindly tells you all the time. There is a campsite as well. There are campers in the mod hub too. So interesting little fact there for you. But these are more like just a couple of buildings, little playground. Again, this map, I really feel like has more to do on it than just about any map I've ever seen. So check this out. Here's your rescue station, which I would just call fire department, but whatever, have it. So here's your garage. You park your fire trucks in there, completely walk through the building, the entire building. If you go back and look, I did do a video on that German, I think it was a fire department, but I think it was the German police station, rescue station, something to that effect. Very similar building here. Plenty to walk through. You can go all the way upstairs. They got rooms. So there's your fire department for your role play there. Again, just so many. Here's a traffic training area. I'll be honest, I didn't quite understand this unless it's a racing Maybe you're just supposed to race and, because this is just empty. And so I didn't quite get this. So there is this. So maybe it's just a small track for you to take, like go-karts or motorcycles on or something to that effect. But I didn't quite understand this little plant over here. That's what it's called, a raffinery. Yeah, you can't sell it. So I don't own it, so I couldn't do anything with it anyways. But anyways, so here's your little drive-through over here. Your racing, I guess, role play for driver's ed, maybe. I don't know exactly, but again, that's the whole beauty of the multiplayer role play experience. So plenty to do on this map as far as role play goes. Now, plenty to look at, plenty to do. We couldn't possibly get it all in on one view. But I'm going to show you something really quick before you go. You have plenty of starting equipment. There's your fire truck. Last but not least, check out this awesome go-kart track. Now, as I said, yes, there are other ones that have go-kart tracks, but this one's pretty, one. Two, it is probably twice as long as any other go-kart track that I've ever seen in a map. I think on console you can get up to 6 people. Tell me you ain't going to be out here Mario Karting this thing. Look at this place. I mean, this is awesome. I would keep this map just to have go-kart races. Perhaps motorcycle races, because both are in the game. So, I mean, how much fun is this? You just don't want to farm anymore today. You don't really feel like, maybe you don't want to do your logging today. Let's just go race. I mean, it is so long. We're not even halfway through this little go-kart track. And if you install that emergency pack, which it's not a very large file, then you also have that aspect, and there's your fire truck. So this map's pretty cool for multiplayer roleplay. I haven't seen a map quite like this for this level of roleplay and multiplayer. But guys, I hope you liked the video. I really appreciate you watching. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to finish up my race here. I'm going to race myself. Guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.